I'd like you to just tell us what you think about this. More than 50 million Kenyans are looking at these two gentlemen. That is our president, William Samoei Ruto, and also the magnifying glass is on the retired prime minister, that is Raila Amolo Odinga.
Yeah, I have so many thoughts that it's even hard to put them into one. However, I will say that we are at a tipping point. We are literally on the edge. We could go either way, right? And the people whose responsibility it is to take care of us and to have our back, so to say, are our leaders. So it's up to them to figure out a way to make this work. There's a story on page 4 and 5 talking about the people to watch during the next few days. Of course, there's the two this President William Ruto and Azimio leader Raila Odinga. There's also the top security chiefs. There's intelligence boss Nurdin Haji, Interior CS Kithure Kindiki, and police chief Japhet Kome. People to watch. Definitely our fate does hang there. There was reports of also big meetings with the police deciding on how do we handle the mandamano? Why does it feel like the police force seems overwhelmed, etc. On the other end, Azimio is also strategizing on how to have these mandamano go on for like 2 months. It's a strategy of like 2 months, 3 months. They're looking ahead in the future. But also voices from Kenya Kwanza are trying to find middle ground and trying to strike a deal before Wednesday, right? Before tomorrow. So everyone is clearly trying to get to their goal. I'm just wondering what the best goal for the people of Kenya is. And we'll definitely do a more in-depth dive into that and figure out what is best for us as a people. Is it that we andamana until something happens?
Yes.
Or is it that we sit at home and wait for things to happen?
What I like is that most Kenyans, especially lobbying groups or lobbyist groups, have decided to come at the forefront. We've seen the clergy come to the forefront to make sure that they get in conversation with the two leaders. And we hope that as a Kenyan, you're listening to us right now, and we know that enough is enough because of the high cost of living and how we are feeling right now. We've seen deaths through the protests, and we feel like it mainly affects the youth because Kenya has never been this young. So as a young person out there, the question you should be asking yourself, what are you doing to make sure that the peace in this country is stabilized, in that the political class can know that enough is enough, and that we are not just in a space where it's very few people's interest, the 1%, and the 99% are just left to lobby and picket in their own measures. You can do that through Twitter, you can do that through the streets. There's some people who can do that by talking to the president directly, and I hope that the people who are surrounding the president can be in a position to sit down with him and tell him that this country is greater, far much greater than the ego that we put in this major thing called politics.
Absolutely. We've got Sawa Sawa by Bruce Melody and Calligraph Jones for Vanessa, of course, courtesy of Baba Wanda, and then Yemi Alade with Fake Friends coming your way.